Hi, I'm Essie.
And I'm Elle.
Welcome back to Magic and Mayhem. Okay, hello. So, today we are doing what I think we're calling TBR Taste Test. Is that what we're calling it?
Yes.
Okay.
TBR Taste Test.
Taste Test. So, what TBR Taste Test is, we have a bunch of books that...
We have books that we have not read and or don't necessarily know that extensively how much we're going to like them or love them, hate them, etc. Don't know very much about them, but we have owned them for a tad too long to not have read them.
Yes.
But we decided it was about time to find out if we wanted to read these
Or
not.
Yep. So that's why it's called a taste test. So for each book we're reading until either we have a solid answer, whether it's yes or no, or if it's like unclear, we give it about 50 pages, give or take.
Yeah, I think our range was like 40 to 50, possibly 30, unless otherwise dictated.
Yes. We could DNF earlier than that if we wanted to, if we really weren't enjoying it, or if we really were enjoying it and knew we wanted to read it, we could also stop there. So we have a whole list. Let's get into it. Okay, so also, yes, I have a cold again. We're not talking about it. Start off, Legion by Brandon Sanderson. I've had hit and miss luck with Brandon Sanderson, which is why I wanted to try this one. And I think I only got a chapter in, and it was a yes. Alright, and then The Circus Infinite by Con Wong. I was a little bit worried about this one because of triggers, but I did read 30 pages maybe or so. This does have an asexual panromantic main character, and it was, I was intrigued.
Alright.
And then The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I have read Nicola Yoon before and liked it, but I don't read as much YA anymore, so I thought I would try this. Unfortunately, was not really for me, but still the rating was good. Okay, and then Murder Your Employer by Rupert Holmes. This is cheating a bit. I have started it before, but I didn't get very far, so this time I read further. And yeah, we had a good time. Definitely want to read it. Okay, In a New York Minute by Kate Spencer. Thank you for your commentary, sir. That's kind of, I didn't really like either of the main characters, unfortunately, so that was a no. And then We Can't Keep Meeting Like This is by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I found after the fact this is a problematic author, so that's a no for me, and it got on hold. That's Spellslinger by Sebastian D. Castell. So I was going to try to read this because other people like this. However, pretty much immediately and throughout all of the 50-60 pages I read, this book was super fat-phobic. So, no thank you. We're passing. Okay, Universe in Bite-Sized Chunks. It's not bad, but it's very much like reading a textbook, and a lot of it was information I was already aware of, so I'm okay. And then Do Your Worst by Rosie Dannon. This one I was torn on because I loved the paranormal part, the curse and the castle and all that. Loved it. Had a great time with that part. Absolutely hated the romance. Did not, no. So sorry.
That's valid.
Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. I don't think I had to go very far for this one. I loved it. I was having a great time. I wanted more. So Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. This is made on several TBRs and I still hadn't picked it up. So this is why I went into this video. I think I made like 35 pages and I was having a good time. So that one gets to stay. Oh! Okay, Under All the Lights by Maya Imya. I'm so sorry if that's wrong. I read pretty far on this one, and the parts I really liked and parts that I was like, it was a little bit triggering. There was like anxiety and a bunch of other things, so do check your triggers on this one. And I didn't love, there's kind of a love triangle aspect, not exactly, but kind of. I don't know. Okay, Love Light Farms by P.K. Morrison. And I do love Friends Lovers, which is why I picked this one to try. And I got like 45-ish, 50 pages on it, whatever. I'm so sorry, I just didn't care. The writing was good, I just didn't care. Okay, and then Sword Heart by T. Kingfisher. I put this one on here because I was a little like reticent to start it because I wasn't sure that I was gonna love it, even though I love T. Kingfisher. Just because of like the plot. It has like stuff I don't normally like. I'm so full of shit. I loved it. Alright, Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I just had never tried anything from this author before. I had no idea if I liked the writing style or not. And again, I got a decent way in, 40-ish pages. I like to stop on chapters, so I never know what page it is, but I'm intrigued. I want to know more. And unintentionally, saving the best for last, I made it 3 whole pages in here. Not even that really, because technically it was like a page and a half. Say the first page is a half page, and then it was like the top of the third page. I freaking loved it. I need to know what happens next. I'm mad I can't keep reading it yet.
First on the list of taste tests, the Stormcrow. And this one is still in the running, and I will eventually finish it. I am about 50 pages into it, as per the rules of our taste test. And then we had Equally White. And this one I am planning to continue. This one I did not get 50 pages into, since respectively it was probably not quite equal, since this book is actually quite short. So I made it in about that far instead, since the equivalent was not the same. Then I was reading Much Ado About Nothing, and for this one I did decide not to continue. Just wasn't not quite my thing. And then there was Asking for Trouble, which I debated on quite heavily even after I'd read into it a bit. But my decision eventually was that I was not going to continue. And next we have Mirage. This one's such a pretty cover. I love this cover so much. Just look at that. So pretty. And this one, after reading about 50 pages, I decided to continue. So that one's a hit, possibly. As with all of these, I haven't finished them, so I don't know my final opinion, but I am going to continue. And with Wish Granter, I thought this was the first book in the series. As a matter of fact, it was the second, but when I purchased the book, I was unaware of this. And I mostly purchased it because it seemed cool. I liked the cover and all that. However, the thing with this book is I didn't really like it. I didn't really like the first one either. And if I'd realized they were the same series and this was book 2, would I have purchased this book? Well, unlikely. Very unlikely. And then we have The Chosen and The Beautiful. This one is such a cool cover also. Very much liked it. Read about the 50-page mark into it, and I decided that I was going to continue reading. And then I have The Pairing, and I started this, and I had, going into reading this, I did have some spoilers, and I was not so certain how I was going to feel after hearing some other people discuss the book. But after getting around like 40 to 50 pages in, I did make my decision, and even though I love Casey McQuiston's other books, this one was simply not for me. The Pairing, wasn't just not for me. I didn't like them together all that much. So it was not my thing. However, it's probably a lot of other people's thing, so I'm happy for them. Then Peg and Rose Solve a Murder. This one looks so fun. You just look at the cover and it looks like it's going to be quite a blast. However, after getting like 40 to 50 pages in, I was still incredibly bored. It goes into an insane amount of detail about dog shows, and I have never actually even watched one all the way through myself. And so, if you're the type of person that does like a dog show, then most likely you will enjoy this. I wasn't that person, and so it was a no. Then there's Mint, Juleps, Mayhem, and Murder. Based on that title, it sounds like a ton of fun. And there's a dog on the cover, which I'll be honest, that was actually the entire reason that I purchased the book. And there was not enough dog in what I read. So sorry. And then there is Soon We Will Be Invincible by Austin Grossman. I will be honest, I didn't read the full 50 pages, and I just decided that yes, I would be continuing this one. I didn't need that much time. I didn't need 50 pages to decide. And so this one gets a yes from me. I do plan to continue it. I'm eager to continue it. And then there is Magnolia, which the cover is super cool. I like the cover quite a bit. I won't lie that one of the things on the cover did make me pull it off my shelf to consider possibly that I might like it. And I'm sure you can figure out what on the cover made me have that sudden opinion. And as such, I did read the 50 pages, and it was just not so great to me personally. And then I have Best Day Ever. And I'm just gonna be honest, I didn't read the full 30 to 50 pages in. I did not enjoy my time with this one. I didn't like being in the head of the detestable character that we were in the head of. I did not enjoy a single second of being in their perspective. And so I did leave before my 30 to 50 pages because I was not loving my time. And then there's the Left-Handed Booksellers of London. This one I'm just going to tell you immediately. I was actually upset once I hit my 50 pages because I wanted to keep reading. I was displeased by the fact that I had to put it down and I was not able to simply continue reading. Also, this cover is cool, like all the various bits and things. But I was genuinely upset. Genuinely upset. I was also genuinely upset that I didn't get to read very far or farther in Stormcrow. Soon I will be invincible, but this one, I think this one had me even more upset that I had to just set it down and walk away. And then we have The Stars We Steal. This poor book. I ordered it like some time ago, and you might be able to see that they managed in the mail to dent a hardback book, which I found impressive. But then it's got a dent, just right. Nice big old dent. I always have found that kind of entertaining. But anyway, so in this one I read my like 30, 40 pages, whatever, and I did decide to continue. And I was not surprised, even though I haven't finished. I have read other Alexidon books, even though this one I think is just a romance, whereas I have read mainly the mysteries or or sci-fi something. This is sci-fi maybe, something like that. But anyway, we'll be continuing. And then for all of us villains, this one was a yes. It was a yes. I was upset about having to stop reading it. So,
Okay, so
here's the results.
yeah, just all on the screen so it's easier. Well, hopefully it's easier for you to see. I don't know.
Theoretically.
But yeah, that was our TBR Taste Test. Ended up being a lot more even than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely certain what to expect as a result. Especially since you buy a book, you assume you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Because that's why you bought it.
Yeah.
However, everyone knows that's not always the case. And things happen. And also taste changes. Whatever.
It does, yeah. Although we were both upset at certain points that we could not just continue in the books that we were in. So.
Yeah, that was
We're going to go do that
upsetting.
now. We're going to go do that now and read the ones we wanted to finish. So, if you like this format, let us know. We can do it again. We always have more that we could choose from. So, we could always do this again. But that was how the taste test went. They get 50% success rate.
Pretty much. And both of us had a equal amount.
Yeah, actually, I think it's exactly equal. I think we had 8 and 8 for both of us.
So what that means is 50-50, we have understand our own taste. 50-50, we don't.
Basically. Or at least we didn't from when we got these. Yeah. So.
I don't know what that says about our track record.
Nothing good. So yeah, hopefully if we ever do this again, we'll have a higher success rate than we did this time.
Theoretically.
That's how we did. Yay.
Thanks for listening to Magic and Mayhem. All right, bye.